So you find a deal on a gaming PC case for $10, but you have to meet a sketchy guy in the parking lot. Would you do it? Well, I did, and this is what happened. Check it out. Okay, we're back with more shenanigans. This is the case that I just picked up. This is, if I'm correct, I looked it up, an Inwin 303 full ATX case for $10. Not sure how much they were originally. I'll put that at the bottom. It's kind of, in the reviews that I saw, they said that it had a much thicker steel plate, and this thing's like heavy. I think it's 3 times the thickness of a typical cheap case. Just this part right here is heavy. And then you have the front, which has LEDs apparently on here. And here's all the stuff that runs that. There's the SATA power for it. I don't think you can change the color, it's just blue. But that's nice. And then you have this glass panel, very thick. The thing that's weird about this case, to me, is the power supply goes up here instead of the bottom. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then I'm not sure which direction the air would come. But $10 for this. It's a very good deal. I usually just, buy and sell now the parts, but I'm thinking maybe we should make a build with this, because I still have the first gen i7 motherboard, and that won't fit in any smaller cases. So maybe first gen i7, kind of a budget GPU. We got LEDs, maybe add a little RGB action there or something, because I don't know if I could sell this the way it is. Maybe I would get 40 for it. I've already listed it for 60 just to see if anybody bites, but I don't think so. There's a filter on the bottom. It's kind of funny how there's always a filter on the bottom, but then there's no filter on the side. So, I don't know. So that was earlier today. And then this was yesterday. I don't want to make a video about every single thing that I buy, so I'm trying to group them together. So that way we're not wasting people's time too much. I'm kind of not too sure about this purchase. I don't really know why I bought it. It's a 120 AIO. It's an H80i Corsair. It has the bracket here, but he doesn't have the bracket that goes in the bottom. So why would I buy this? This was $20. The other thing that's a little bit strange is I looked up reviews of this and it comes with 1 fan, so why is there 2? So you're blowing a fan into a fan. These are thicker. The one thing that they said that these are thicker than the regular 120 AIOs. See how thick it is? But I don't know. But I'm selling the NZXT GPU bracket mount system, and this would directly fit into it, because right now that has a 280 and that's really too much for that. I mean, you wouldn't put a 280 AIO cooler on a GPU normally. So this would be more matching that setup. So I was thinking this is 20 bucks. Maybe I can get 40 for it, or maybe it'll help me sell the bracket kit, because I can't. It's been posted for like 10 days and nobody's even asked about it. So maybe if I get lucky, I'll get my money back. I'll just take the payment off and sell it for 20 bucks. And then that was it, I thought. But then I was on my way back, and this guy texted me and he said, hey, I have that GPU that you wanted. And we were talking probably 7 to 10 days ago about a GTX 1070. In fact, we were gonna meet, and then we were gonna meet, and then we were gonna meet. He was asking 80, I think, and I offered him 50, and he said yes, but we just never, for some reason or another, we just kept missing each other. And so I bought another 1070, which you saw in the other video, and so I'm done with that, right? But he messaged me and he said, hey, I still have the GPU. You were the first one to message me. I have 85 messages. Do you still want it for $50? And I was thinking, well, not really. I mean, I already just bought a 1070. I haven't sold it yet, and I can only buy so many things. You know, this is, you keep buying and buying and buying, and then you're gonna run out of money. So I said, well, you know, my finances are a little bit on the thin side right now, so maybe not. And then he said, well, I'll drive it to you and you can pay me later. And I said, wait, so you're just gonna give it to me and I pay you later? He said, yeah, sure, whatever, I don't care. He said, he was apologizing for kind of leaving me hanging all those days, because I did actually really want it when I first messaged him. So, but the thing is, he said that the last time that he used this was in 2022. So that concerns me a little bit. It hasn't been tested. It should work, but I've been having some bad luck with GPUs as of the last 3 ones that I've bought. So I said, look, don't bring it to me. I'll meet you halfway, which we did. I'll give you 20 bucks. And then after all is said and done, I'll give you the extra $30 later with Venmo. And he said, that's fine. Just try it. See if it works. If not, then whatever. So we have to test this, and then we'll have to pay him money tomorrow. But I did give him $20. It got even worse because, so here we are at the meetup spot for the GTX 1070. He's on the way. He actually said he was going to drive it to me, but I said, I'll meet you a little bit closer. It's kind of halfway. He's still actually driving farther than I am, but nice guy. And he'll be here any minute now, and then we'll check it out. I said, meet me at the McDonald's. I said, West Side McDonald's. So there's a McDonald's here. And I said West Side because people always go to the other side. So I said, meet me on the West Side, which is over here, across from Starbucks. So I go there, and then I'm waiting. He said, I'll be there in 3 minutes, actually before I got there. So I pull in. I told him what kind of car I was driving. I'm just sitting there, and I see a car over at Starbucks. And this guy is just kind of standing there, looking around, looks kind of confused. And I said, I wonder if that's the guy, but that's not the car he said he was in, that I thought he said it was, but I thought he was in a different car. So then I texted him again, and I said I'm at McDonald's across from Starbucks. And then 5 or 6 minutes later, he texted me back and said, I'm at the Starbucks. So I said the McDonald's west side across from Starbucks, and he went to Starbucks. So he had probably been there the whole time, and we're just kind of staring at each other. And that was actually his phone died, so that's why he couldn't message back. I thought it was weird that he said I'll be there in 3 minutes, and then he never responded for 10 more minutes. So that's what happened. His phone died. Anyway, so this is $50 for this, $20 for the AIO, $10 for the case. I believe that the case was the best deal. If this works, we can maybe get 100 for it. The AIO I probably will be buried with because these just don't sell anymore, but I had to try. And I think, I mean, common logic would be to put this in the system that we're building. But a 1070 with a first gen i7 I think is too much of a bottleneck. What I'm going to do is put the i7 in there because it'll fit and it's big. Put a hard drive in, just a standard 1 terabyte. Get it all working. And then just give the buyer the option of either no GPU, the RX 570 that I posted about, or the 1070. And then we have Cooler Master 460 watts we can put in there, or a Thermaltate 600. So the power supply will be okay, even though it'll look ugly with all the ketchup and mustard stuff. So it'll just be an extreme super budget PC for somebody, probably, I don't know, 150-ish total with the GPU. So somebody might like that, even though it won't look the best. My other idea is to take the 570 and paint it white, so it'll match the case, and then put that in there permanently for the build. I'm undecided about that, but we'll see. Or maybe, see, I don't know. If I have a Dell, so I have a Dell Optiplex 3rd gen motherboard that I could put in here and make it like a Swaptiplex kind of setup. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm gonna put the cheapest thing that I have in that case, post it for cheap, and just try to move it. I do actually like the case. If I was into clear, like, you know, cases with a side panel, I would probably keep it because it's a nice case. It's just steel. Look at that. That thing is super thick compared to the cases I've seen. So that's what we did today. Let's test everything and let's go make some more money. We'll see you soon.